Most people think that people who enjoy silence are just shy, socially awkward, or have nothing interesting to say. But psychology suggests something much deeper. In fact, if you're one of these people, your brain might be wired differently than 98% of the population. Today, we're breaking down the hidden truth behind this behavior and why it's actually a sign of high emotional intelligence and inner security. You'll want to stay until the end, because the third reason reveals something about your childhood that you probably never realized. In psychology, this is often linked to what researchers call low social monitoring, a trait where your brain doesn't constantly scan for social threats or approval. Research shows that the amygdala, the part of your brain that processes fear and social judgment, reacts differently when you sit in silence. While society tells you that silence is awkward and must be filled, your brain is actually trying to preserve cognitive energy and protect your mental clarity. Think about it. Have you ever felt exhausted after small talk, but energized after a deep conversation or quiet moment alone? That's not a flaw, it's a strategy. Your nervous system recognizes that not every moment needs to be performed or explained. This is what psychologists call comfortable self-sufficiency, the ability to exist without external validation. Picture this. You're at a work meeting, and there's a natural pause in the conversation. Everyone else is scrambling to fill the void with forced jokes or meaningless comments, but you're perfectly fine letting the silence breathe. Or maybe you're at a coffee shop with a friend, and after a great conversation, you both just sit there, sipping your drinks. No panic, no need to perform. In the US, where hustle culture and constant connection are the norms, choosing to embrace silence is a form of silent rebellion. It shows that you value authenticity over validation, depth over distraction. Social media has convinced us that every moment must be documented, every thought must be shared. But people who are comfortable with silence understand something profound. Not everything needs a caption. This is why people who do this often have a higher capacity for deep focus and meaningful relationships. They're not distracted by the noise. They're tuned into what actually matters. But here's the most interesting part. Studies from researchers at Harvard and UCLA found that people who are comfortable with silence possess a rare trait called high observational intelligence. This means you're able to see patterns that others miss. While everyone else is talking, you're listening. While they're performing, you're processing. You aren't weird or antisocial. You're a strategic thinker in a world of noise. Silence gives you something most people lack: perspective. You're not constantly reacting, you're responding with intention. This is why some of history's greatest thinkers, from Einstein to Maya Angelou, were known for their comfort with long stretches of quiet reflection. Your ability to sit with silence without discomfort is actually a sign of emotional maturity and self-awareness. It means you don't need constant stimulation to feel secure in who you are. If this sounds like you, you're part of a very specific group of thinkers. Does this description hit home, or do you think there's another reason for this behavior? Let me know in the comments. I'm reading as many as I can. Also, if you found this relatable, you'll probably find our video on the psychology of people who prefer being alone even more revealing. Don't forget to subscribe to join our community of deep thinkers who see the world differently.